sente zaffe ziwere, mambo mingi alatakelere.
And a bad mind still fight it every day.
Power, them a like that fire power. Them a like that fire power. Fire have a bone, fire have a bone and soul.
Stay on top like a pulpit. Flow got brain inside it. So visible them can't hide it. No man to me think can hide it.
Mariana, Mama Diana, ono muwala teba mukwana. Mariana, Mama Diana, ono muwala teba mukwana.
Big woman thing.
Girl, me love how you talk so. Girl, when you talk, me can't tell you shut up. Simply fine when you talk, baby. When you talk, me just a blackout. Jagalanzi Jeff, your body boat. No visa, baby, got no passport. No money, boo, no visa too. But baby, me give you the comfort. Mariana, Mama Diana, ono muwala teba mukwana. Mariana, Mama Diana, ono muwala teba mukwana.
Big woman thing. Baby killer, bite me, Dracula. Send you from afar with my killer binocular. Me speak vernacular. Nkwagala you are.
How could I see that when she got no ID? No ID. Mariana, Mama Diana, ono muwala teba mukwana. Mariana, Mama Diana, ono muwala teba mukwana. Ono muwala teba mukwana. Mariana, Mama Diana, ono muwala teba mukwana. I love you. Chemani, I'll forever love you. Nkulira buna mumusai. Wombo kumpi mpulira bomi. Oh, mukwano go kunyomo kunyomya. Na erino tondo mudeke bumala. Baby nze nkwagala. Wombo kumpi mpulira bomi. Oh, mukwano go kunyomo kunyomya. Na erino tondo mudeke bumala. Misana overnight time. kankuweho mukwano.
Farmers around us here have no access to electricity, no access to clean cooking fuel, and no access to milling. So to mill their rice and groundnuts and maize, they have to drive miles away to grow. They have to pay for transport, they have to pay for storage and accommodation.
Mandulis is an electricity company that uniquely also provides agricultural value addition. Farmers bring us their crops and we turn this into higher value products. This alone doubles their income. We're trying to create a way of generating electricity that delivers value to the local communities in which we operate.
Now, we've come here so that we use the waste from all the farming around us to produce electricity through biomass gasification at each of these sites.
At the same time, that focus on biomass means we can not only generate electricity, but we end up with a byproduct, that biochar, which can be used to produce cooking fuel. Doing that means that we save nearly 1 million trees per annum. Technology is a thread that ties everything together. We combine the blockchain technology, AI, and Internet of Things to make sure that we can address critical bottlenecks that allows us to engage thousands of farmers. And the cost of settlement of electricity transactions go down significantly.
In a sense, energy is the center of entrepreneurship in the regions, and by providing these underserved areas with access to electricity, we're hoping that it won't just turn on a light, it'll turn on a movement towards improving people's lives in those regions.
They always say that the greatest asset you have in every organization is human beings. So leadership starts with you and how you interact with the people around you, even in your home. The truth is, if you're not able to lead your home very well, you can't lead anything else.
Wow.
So leadership starts with you. And if you set that example, others will follow you.
I want to know, what is it like to be the president and the CEO of Baywood Continental, Baywood Group, and all these things going on? How do you manage?
You got to stay focused, and you have to have your eye on the ball.
Yeah.
Eye on the ball, always. What's that ball? To succeed. Make a success, not minding the challenges.
Ladies and gentlemen, Emperor Chris.
The success is given.
I have the pleasure to present to you
KCCA has taken a number of steps to address this sanitation challenge, which include, but not limited to the following: the setup,
Ugandan basketball talk.
A wise man once said, "The future has a name, and its name is hope. A tiny flicker of light that feeds on hope is enough to shatter any shield of darkness." At Mandulus, we really believe.
So as we come to the end of the show, what word do you have for barristers out there? Because like we said earlier, you won't be a barrister at 70. Okay, what can these barristers do more relevant for their lives going ahead?
Okay. I usually meet barristers and I'll tell them you're going to be active for 10 years maximum. Yeah. You know, if you stretch it, 20 years. But you can, graduate yourself first. You've learned to be good. If you applied for a job, let's say quality control, and you're a barrister, you have studied R or Q, and you also know some coffee agronomy. Yeah. Definitely they will take you.
Yeah.
Also, you're going to be better than someone who has studied quality control but is not a barrister, because every employee wants a bigger package of you at the same price. So the thing is, if you're a barrister, you're 40 years, you've overstretched maybe 40, 45, at least learn Q or R. UCD has free You know, these are free courses. I'm not speaking for UCD, but they are free. R&Q grading, they are free. You stand a chance to get a job in the coffee industry, in growing or processing farm. But another thing, we have some people we are with who have a background in agriculture or biotechnology.
It is time for the coffee break. A very good morning wherever you're watching us from. How are you doing? How's been your week? Monday to Friday is always a stressing time, you know, like you wake up on a Monday and you're like, oh God, I have a whole week waiting for me. But on a Saturday like this and a morning like this at an hour of 11 a.m., we always got you covered. We give you a break and talk about coffee, get to know things that you might have done during the week, and your weekend is covered. So my name is Amon Mukisa and welcome to the Coffee Break show. This is House of Talent Television and we're streaming live on our YouTube channel. That's at House of Talent Uganda, but also catch the show on Facebook as House of Talent Television Uganda. But on Twitter, you know, you can go over there and follow our Twitter handle. That's at HTV1 Uganda. We shall be streaming live every show from our studios right here in Bukoto. And yeah, we get to talk about coffee. We have a variety of shows, but today it's time for coffee. Welcome once again on the show. Today I have a guest. We're going to be talking about various things. We're going to be talking about a little bit of, like, you know, how the coffee houses are going to open up. The economy is fully opening up literally like next week. It's going to fully open up, and now we want to look at it in that aspect of, like, how are the coffee houses ready and how are they going to cope up with extended hours of working, but also on the side of the baristas, are they ready to tackle or take on this mantle of working for more extensive hours? Because most of the baristas, you never know during this time of work, they got more things to do because they used to work less hours. But that's the conversation we shall be having today with my guest today. But before we get into all that, welcome my guest today on the show.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, man.
Thank
Who are we having here today?
Yeah, I'm called Apaga Samuel, and I'm Ugandan by nationality, a barista by profession, and yeah.
Yeah, I like the confidence, man. That's 2022, eh? That's the way to go, eh? Yeah. It's Samuel.
Yes, sir.
Samuel, how have you been?
I've been good.
How are you finding the new year?
The new year hasn't been that bad, just because I resigned from my former workplace to move on with something new as I prepare for something better.
You know, always when people resign from their former workplaces, they always have something big coming. Do you have something big that's coming?
Yeah, there's something big I'm expecting.
You know, whenever baristas resign, me, I always think about, like, you know, pushing out. Oh, that's not something big you're talking about, eh? Sam,
yeah.
So let's talk about coffee, because this is the coffee break.
Yes, sir.
How do you get into the coffee industry, and how did you get to know about coffee?
Actually, I got to know about coffee through a brother. I was in Form 6, then we're getting to a vacation. Then a brother talked to me, was like, Sam, you're soon having a vacation and it's a bit long. 8 months when you're home. Yeah. Then he was like, maybe you can come, I connect you to someone. You get to know about coffee because, you know, you take it as a profession, then there's some good money, you'll earn some good money.
So the vacation, you were talking about, like, the senior 4 vacation,
no,
senior 6 vacation?
Senior 6 vacation.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I got home, my parent contributed some money. Then I joined barista school. Madam Nyakaisike was the teacher. Yes, Nyakaisike and Nyapende Sarifai.
Which school was that?
Barista House.
Barista House.
Yeah.
I like the names, Barista House. Like, literally it's only for baristas, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So when I joined, I studied for 1.5 months. Then from there, she got me a job at the Coffee Cafe, Chiwatule. Then I started working as a head barista.
Wow.
Yeah.
1.5 months,
One
you've
and a
studied, and now you're working as a head barista in a certain place.
Yeah.
Ah, man, that was quite something, because people do work for quite a while before they become head baristas. You know, for someone to trust you with their shop, someone to trust you with their coffee and everything to lead it. It seems like you're really, really good doing your training in 1.5 months.
Yeah, actually they equipped me with coffee knowledge, you know, both theory and practical. And she sent me to this lady, and this lady trusted me and gave me the opportunity to run the barista section.
During your school in that 1.5 months, like, what were the things you talked about being specific? Because I know coffee being as a wide thing. It's a wide concept to cover when you're talking about coffee. So when you tell me like you only took 1.5 months to study coffee or get to know it, it beats my mind. Like, how did you like segment all those things in only 1.5 months? What did you do?
Actually, it was more of practical. It was all about knowing how to operate an espresso machine. Then also the other manual brewing part, the different manual brewing equipments. Yeah, it was about the coffee machine and the different manual brewing equipment and how to handle clients. Yeah.
Yeah, the service part of it.
The service part of it.
Okay, let's go back to when you're young. Did you grow around like the coffee area, coffee environment for you to get to know coffee?
Actually, during my young days, I didn't know much about coffee. The coffee I knew was picking the red cherries from the coffee plant, go and sell a kg at 300 shillings.
But did you know by then that they are called red cherries?
No. Actually, I didn't know that.
What would you just mwani?
Yoka. So grandma could send us to go and pick the red cherries. We go and sell. They could sell. We could sell each kg at 300 shillings.
300.
Yeah.
Which year was that, if you can remember?
That was 2012. Yeah, 2012, 2009, 2010. Yeah.
Where was that?
That was Uganda.
Uganda. Oh, you're from Uganda, eh?
Yeah.
You never even grow coffee, eh?
My mom is Soga, she's from Uganda. Then my dad is from West Nile.
You know, Uganda, Mbale, Bududa, okay, Karamoja is a bit far, but they also grow a bit of coffee. Yeah. But that area, they grow a lot of coffee.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
Like, your mother was growing coffee, right?
Yeah, my grandma.
Your grandma?
Yeah, my grandma.
Like, how were the growing methods they used like to grow coffee, if you can remember?
If I'm to remember or to recall, actually for us we went when it's already grown.
It's already up.
It's already up. So we're there to pick the cherries, go sell. We never went through the nursery bed and all that.
What's one thing that you bought and you can still say, yes, I sold this coffee and I bought this?
Actually, I remember when we picked the red cherries, we used to chew the very ripe coffees, yeah, and we could get this sweet taste from it. Then grandma was like, "You people, you're spoiling my coffee. Yet we need to go and sell and get some money for sugar. You need to pick more coffees. We go sell." Get some money for sugar, maybe breakfast.
Well, the reason why I ask you that question is because during Christmas, my young brother, he's aged now 10 years. So my dad told him, if you want to buy something for yourself on Christmas, go and harvest the coffee, because we had some coffee plantations in our banana plantation somewhere. They're not much, just you know how like you can grow coffee in a banana plantation and so that coffee tree had beared a lot of coffee cherries. So my dad told this guy, you can harvest that coffee, you sell it, and you buy whatever you want. I'm not going to give you any money. That guy went and harvested coffee, and what he did, I'm told he got 10 kgs, and he sold it. He bought a pair of trousers and a t-shirt. But I tell you that day, he never removed those clothes. So that's why I was like, what is that one thing that you bought with the coffee you sold?
For us, we used to sell and, give the money to the grandma.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what we used to do. We didn't know much about money, so we could go sell. Then this guy could get the money and bring to the grandma. So we were helping the guy. He wasn't giving us this money. We could give the money to the grandma.
Okay. Yeah. Before you went to Barista House as the coffee school, which schools did you go to? And in these schools, did they talk about coffee?
Before
you went to Barista House as a coffee training school, Which schools did you attend?
It was a Chitante Hill.
Oh, you're the rich guys, huh?
No. It was a Chitante Hill from Form 1 to Form 4. Then Form 5 and Form 6, I went to Emirates. Dozens of Entebbe.
The schools you've talked about, they're all in Central, and you told me your grandma was in Uganda. How do you get to Central?
Actually, we were born here.
Oh, you're born here?
Yeah, we were born here. So during our holidays, we're taken to the village, to go stay with
your grandma, to get to know your grandma very well.
And the people there.
Yeah. And in your high school, you never had coffee clubs and everything, because in the previous show with Michael, correct? If you haven't watched that show, please go to our YouTube channel, that's our Soft Talent Uganda, and watch that show. It was a very, very nice show. Michael talked to us about how he got to know coffee, how he got to know our introduction into the coffee industry. And he was like, there were these coffee clubs in school, in universities, and that's how he got to know coffee. Were there coffee clubs in your school?
For us, we were very, very unfortunate. We never had any coffee club. Yeah.
Do you think it's something that maybe schools can consider?
Yeah, very, very much. Because it is helping out youth to a greater extent. You get youth are gaining much from coffee, and coffee is on a wide market. You get. When you get to know coffee, you won't fail to get a job or to get any connection anywhere, because in this world of coffee, people connect friends. When you're this good kind of person, you won't fail to be connected somewhere. Me, I've been connected by several friends. I've also connected several people